Reproduction. Abbreviation, REPRO. I talked with my partner's best friend, Christofer. I observe he's Swedish, and he enjoys telling stories of sexual discovery. The discovery on my part in making this radio segment for Untitled is only just beginning. It's become to be like an idiom, grouping and establishing itself by usage as having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words.
Once in a blue moon.
Basket case. Bring home the bacon, scaredy cat.
There are many more fish in the sea. On the rocks.
A drop in the bucket. Cool as a cucumber.
You look like crap in a blue cupboard.
Go down like a lead balloon.
Burn the candle at both ends. Naughty bits.
My partner makes bird noises. He produces his own bird call, and to my distaste and annoyance, he sings it to me. I was put in contact with Evolutionary Ornithologist Rick Prum. He writes and lectures on the evolution of beauty. He asks the question, is beauty about utility? And exclaims, subjective experiences of animals have evolutionary consequences. Birds evolved to be beautiful because they are beautiful to themselves. He gives an example using the club-winged manakin, a bird found in northwestern Ecuador who has evolved from vocal song to sing with its wings. Stridulation, the act of producing sound by rubbing together certain body parts, is mostly associated with insects. The female manakin, having selected anatomies to produce a song by stridulation, have affected the bone structure of their species to have a solid ulna and radius, a trait found in no other bird species. What is this perfectly impractical yet wonderfully decadent way to communicate? Are we unwilling to accept the possibility that there is no meaning? Does it mean anything, for instance, to be insecure about one's feet?
I don't feel good about exposing my feet, and I'm considering putting on a pair of socks. Well, no, you're not supposed to look.
Self-realization. I don't normally pay much attention to other people's feet.
Oh, I mean, you should put some socks on.
Yeah, it looks gross, right?
I'm not looking at your feet.
I do, however, feel insecure about my own. And if I were to have a child, I hope that they wouldn't be born with my feet. Christofer writes to me. I've sent him a recording of my introduction, along with the bird songs of both my partner and the club-winged manakin. He says, when I write my response to REPRO, tryingly, regardless of my responses so far that can't possibly be adequate, I have to write it from an unavailable point of view, an open one with forces of goods and or evils inside myself as container. He's writing to me from Sweden, and the time difference makes the pace of working together strange. It's as though we never exist in the same moment. He writes to me from the future, and I write to him from the past. Even some moments we shared together in the presence of one another, under the veil of the microphone and its recording do not resound in this present moment.
I was going to have a job at a wood shop. I called the wood shop guy, and I got no response. The first day of school, I went into the wood shop, and I was like, hey, been trying to get in touch with you. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, we filled the position. He, avoided eye contact or whatever, and I was just like, that's really weird. So I went back and asked him, why didn't I get this job? Because I thought I already had it. And he said, well, last semester I observed you letting the boys do all the work in the wood shop. Yeah, I went straight to the bathroom and screamed my head off and threw my purse against the wall.
When you were saying this, I kept thinking that, to what extent I live in a fantasy world where I expect these things to not happen at all. Also because I'm locked into the patriarchal structure and whatnot, so there's so many things that I can't discern because, and I'm comfortable economically, I guess, so I don't notice some things in society because it never happened to me, but whenever I hear these things, it's always a sense of, wait, does that still happen? And then, of course it does, all the fucking time. Only difference is that it's not happening to me. So
it's because you're Swedish.
Yeah, it's all because of that. Yeah, it's because of my... Actually,
the great thing about radio shows is no one can see you.
But they can hear you. I think that's the worst thing about radio shows. So the worst thing and the best thing is kind of
all you do is hear your voice.
Yeah.
I hate the sound of my voice.
I got very used to listening to my own voice. I was recording things for myself because I went through a very productive period in the spring of 2015. And I was trying to take every moment of my...
Christofer continues. Questions are pregnant pregnancies. If there is a project that you and I are working on, in which you are the host and I the guest, and if it has already begun with REPRO, then the path where REPRO becomes reproduction is a path where REPRO twists into reproduction. I mean, who did this if not I? Who the fuck am I as guest to show up pregnantly pregnant with someone who wants to twist? Christofer had made a typo in his email to me. Where I knew it said fuck, the word had auto-corrected to say duck. Duck. LOL. I returned to Rick Prum's lecture on the evolution of beauty. He shows a slide, an artist's depiction of the penis of the male Argentine lake duck. The duck looks downward and appears to be laughing at its genitals. Its penis is the largest for its body size of any vertebrate animal. In high density, genital morphologies join in an evolutionary arms race. The male Argentine duck, to achieve forced copulation, has evolved a lengthy corkscrew penis, which turns in a counterclockwise direction. The female oviduct has evolved cul-de-sacs, clockwise turns in which to make forced copulation less successful for reproduction. It's, as Rick calls, an anti-screw device. Each sex exhibits sexual autonomy, exercising choice. Choice. The thing that drives me mad. There is a reluctant truth to where this whole story is going.
The first version of the girl is wearing the same makeup as him.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you notice that?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Huh.
It really did a lot to me. Like when he first sees the turtle man at the party at Andy's. The women's is like more played down, but they are definitely wearing the same color lipstick.
Yeah. I guess it's not really like he put the makeup on. It just seems like he wears it.
Yeah, but no, I don't know why. Like, I think that was just like I'm gonna fuck with your reality kind of movie, and that stuff always gets me when I go to sleep. I woke up and George was like, "Why are you frowning?" And I was like, "I had a bad dream." It was like,
Do you ever
knew it was a movie.
Do you ever find that affects your entire day, a dream about someone?
Insomnia, sleep anxiety, night terrors as I call them. The moments during the night when you wake up screaming, flailing, suffocating, and grasping for air. It plagues me, and it plagues Christofer as well. If the madness gets you in the night, it gets you in the day. Mental health, capital letters. Mental illness, illness emphasized in italics. It's a fucking joke. God's joke.
God. God.
Watching Lost Highway yesterday just reminded me of like what people are willing to do like before they orgasm or something, because that annoying man, he was just
The like older man?
no, like the main character, the young one, you know, with Alice.
Oh, the mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, he's obviously enthralled. Well, it's actually okay. It's actually funny because I have no problem like talking about like my dick to my mother. Like I should, but like I can talk about that. I mean, I don't feel bad, and I feel like I am extracting some kind of value for myself when I like talk about things that should be held private, just because I think they're funny. But
Again, Christofer writes, I must be a man unable to grasp the reality of pregnancy as an actual experience without extensive surgery. When I spoke about cum, and as you mentioned, cumlets, it was the early evening of the election, and an evening that you concluded with posting an Instagram picture of a Judith Bernstein painting of a penis with the text, "Cockman always rises," in response to Donald Trump winning the American election. Cockman rising that night and cum spoken that evening are symptoms of REPRO twisting into reproduction.
This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other, until I met you, and then it happened. It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too. I could see it by the look in your eyes. Sweeter than wine, softer than a summer's night. Everything I wanna have whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment.
He did this thing where like,
While your lips
and it made me realize that many people have probably done it. It's like, oh, so like boys when they masturbate. Or he was saying, we were talking about masturbation or something, and he was like, oh yeah, like, have you ever tried to eat your own cum? And I'm like, yeah, I have. And we just bonded over the fact that we both tried doing that because, I don't know, just remember being a teenager and being like particularly horny, and then like getting like, I don't know, like getting excited about everything that like would be available to happen as a lone masturbator, and then like, sitting on my back, and then like at that last moment, like coming on my face because I'm like, oh yeah, it's so hot. Yeah, like I can do this. I can come, and like I'm a man, and like, oh yeah, and then like I'm also the object of like my own cum. Like, oh yeah, this is hot. Let's do it. You know.
What about
And then
making a cumlet?
what? Yeah. Oh God. But
Few things
he had
gross
done
me
that
out.
as well. Sorry, what?
Few things like make me want to gag.
That
like
that makes
like,
you.
or I'm always like, I try to think of stuff that gross me out,
Yeah.
and I can't think of them. That, like, thinking about frying cum,
That's pretty
like
solid.
an
gross.
omelet,
Yeah.
and eating it,
And just
like,
sprinkling some.
all
Yeah, like
the
every, like-
seasonings and the cooking utensils
Oh, yeah.
and the tools to make
Like
that
some
kind
finely
of thing
chopped
right
up
there.
parsley or chives on the omelette or something, just making it look really nice. Yeah, God. I mean, I already like find egg so gross to begin
I
with.
don't
so
even
it's
like
just perfect.
egg white omelets. I can't even do that.
I don't.
I'm like I'm like a over easy person. Omelets are
What's over easy? I forgot. Egg
the yolk.
terminology.
The yolk is intact and like runny.
Yeah. I actually have more problem with the white.
Yeah, I
than
do
the
too.
yolk, yeah.
Like, I have to have yolk in it, or else it's just like. But like a
Yeah.
cumlet just first like indicates like there's no yolk. There's definitely no yolk.
Thank God there's no yolk.
And it's just, yeah, it's just like egg white basically. But it's not like, it's not even an egg. It's
Oh,
just
it's just fucking gross.
fluid.
This reminded me of sharing cum sauce with people in like 6th grade or something.
Wait, what's that?
I just.
I'm not a
boy
boy.
The boy
so-
that I knew, like, I don't know, it's like kind of popular to just masturbate together as boys, just because internet wasn't available to everyone, because some people didn't have internet, like
Yeah,
growing
I'm
up.
Definitely not the first person that
And
boy I've heard
so
talk
he
about
had,
that.
you know, access to internet and everything, so we would like masturbate together, like sit next to each other. And then I remember him saying like, oh yeah, what? And I was like, oh, what do I do with, you know, like my stuff, you know, like where do I put my cum? And he's like, oh, I just use my cum sock. And then it's just something that he came in all the time, and it was like kind of crusty. It's kind of
Yeah.
shaped like,
Oh,
like a
God.
bubble, and it's like, oh, you just use that. That's all I used, you know. So remember that was the thing, like a cum sock. It's kind of like a mug, like a cup, because it's just dried up.
That's not what I heard you say initially.
Cum sock? What else did I say? I don't know.
No, I heard you say something else, but I don't even remember what I mistook you saying.
I don't know. I don't know. I can make it more interesting. I think that's interesting enough to have a cum sock, but I don't know. Yeah, it's quite
I never
fascinating.
masturbated with other girls.
No, I mean, you're not the first person to have said that. When I said that it was quite popular for boys to masturbate with each other. mean, my friend Jean-Pierre was really funny because,
Do you not hear boys doing it now?
What?
Wait, you think it's a pre-internet thing?
No, I don't think that's. No, I'm not going to say it's just a pre-internet thing. No,
I
think
you mentioned that.
I don't know what kind of activity it would be. I mean, maybe it has the same kind of function as in like, you know, overtly like sexist, like sexual things being said, like in the military or something. That you like need to have that element of just like vulgarity or something in order to bond as like a male bonding exercise. But yeah. I don't know. But I remember my friend Jean-Pierre, like, because he incidentally like took my virginity because we just like playing with each other, and I wasn't in a position to, you know, I mean, I wasn't really popular, you know, so he kind of took advantage of me and like explored his like sexuality in some sort of way.
He's gay?
No, he's not. I mean, it's like, you know, he's willing to have, he's a very sexual being.
Okay. So it was sex.
For him, I think it was. For me, it was just like satisfaction. I mean, I've never been attracted to men, but I've never been like grossed out to the point where it's like, oh no, I can't, you know. But he did it with all these other boys as well. That was the point.
Hey, George.
Yeah, they would deny it.
No. George, Chris is talking to me about cum. Yeah. No, it's not. Well, that was Jean-Pierre. I asked you for an ETA.
Brook, I feel like Lost Highway. I'm Fred Madison, Renee, Pete Dayton, Alice, the turtle guy.
Did you just say Trump's still winning?
No, I just said Trump.
Dude, shut up. Oh my god. Chris started cheering.
Christofer. REPRO. Felt in the mouth when spoken. Felt in the mouth and the head when thought. Felt in the mouth and the head through the touch of the lips of the fingers when typed. I'd go on to write REPRO many times and again, eventually write it in rhyme and on the tip of tongues, in my tongue, to happen upon a recognition of the word as a messy one, as Lolita, to cast some light with shadows of supposed culture and bringing REPRO up, bringing it into and foremost sidestepping associatively, because all I amount to in frustratedly acknowledging the colonizing, written, molesting man inside, outside of me is to think about fucking something meant to grow and or develop symbolically.
You're around 7, I guess. Okay. You're gonna text Brett?
Brook.
Okay.
Was this radio show supposed to even involve a David Lynch movie? That seems so cliche. But then, idioms are cliche.
Hillary's leading. She's ahead.
Hillary. Hold on, I need the satisfaction.
Christofer. Shedding that not entirely REPRO fascinated me in the mouth becomes a letter in the alphabet of kisses, to plant a kiss in the soil from where REPRO can grow. My mouth hole sculpts sounds from somewhere in the bottom of my torso and ends with my lips pouting. I haven't forgotten about duck facing unauto-corrected for photographs some years ago, some likely 10, likely 20 years ago, that must make these lips seem and be ready to be recognized and used in or for a kiss, for photograph, for a now living human person.
Do it. Oh, yeah.
This is scary.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, I understand it's a sensitive subject in the end because you live in this country, so I'm not gonna be like taking advantage of how fucked up it is that he's running. So, pardon me.
Brook. I actually like cliches. I like talking about sex. I like being bug girl. Brook, she likes bugs and is into nature and shit.
That really make you feel it? What, like what? Like what? Dog poop? No, I'm sorry. I broke that joke. I didn't hear what you said at all.
Like not vote.
Oh, okay, like not vote. Yeah, I mean, it's a good opportunity to just become an observant because you're not participating. So it's a more critical thing to do. You're not partaking. You're just on the outside, like a real intellectual, and you're just watching all the ants build their houses, all the minions.
Christofer. I want to know what REPRO carries and contains for me. I want to know what's at stake. I will write you more when I'm on the train tomorrow. Reproduction changes people. Economization. Shortening REPRO carries reproduction, pregnancies, sperm carrying REPRO with balls. Cockman always rises was perfect. Trump as coping. Liberal suspicion carried in backpack. Recognition.
Agree that no one should have power, so we should just meet about it and talk about how no one should have power. Because it's bad for you, and not take any power or not take any action and just talk.
Did it work?
No, I mean, no, it didn't work, but I got a lot of stickers that I put on my bikes. And it said, "Fire the boss."
I really like stickers.
Yeah, nice. It's fun. Did you throw away the flower with the blue nose on it? Did it die? Did it go away? What happened to it?
Yeah, I forgot to even bother with the sticker.
You know, I put it there, right?
You put the nose on the rose.
Yeah.
It's a nice one. I really like it.
Yeah.
You can put the nose on there.
Also, like, there was a blue nose, like, on the rose.
I knew that you felt it too. I could see it by the look in your eyes. Sweeter than wine,
What's happening?
softer than a summer's night. Everything I wanna have. Whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment. While your lips are close to mine, will last forever.